Let's call the April 22nd meeting to order. Rise and salute the flag. And please remain standing for all of the fine people that we lost to COVID this last year. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. McHugh, roll call. Mrs. Paglione and Mr. DeMarcus are excused.
Okay. Mr. Cullen?
Here.
Mr. D'Angelo?
Here.
Mr. Parolo?
Here.
Mr. Polyafco?
Here.
Mr. Poplawski?
Here.
Mr. Ruzin?
Here.
Mr. Cicoletti?
Here. Okay, members, approve the agenda with said addendum. We have addendums under personnel, item H. Do I have a motion?
Yeah, I motion that we approve the agenda with said addendums.
Mr. D'Angelo, second by Mr. Cullen. Any questions? We need a roll call on that? No. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstention. Motion carries. Reports and presentations. Dr. Minetti?
Thank you. I wanted to inform the board and the public of the grant that we received from the BEEF, the Bristol Borough Education Foundation. They gave us a $6,600 grant in order to put together a makerspace in our library. We'll be using the room that is right on the long side of the library, not removing any books or anything like that. So we will be doing a makerspace. We also have money from the grant that we received last year from the PA Smart Grant. So in total, we had $35,000 in that grant, and we have another $6,600 from the BBEF. So I wanted to thank them for their generosity, and I'll keep you posted on the different materials that we're going to be using and getting in that lab. I have a core group of teachers and administrators who have been working with me to kind of roll in this Computer Science for All initiative at the elementary school. Ms. Swiskey went to Project Lead the Way training last summer. So we have computer science for our students here at the elementary school at each one of the grade levels. And we're just going to keep building on that initiative until we have a high quality STEM program throughout grades K to 6. We also have Mr. Roth at the middle school, who's also involved in that initiative, and he's going to be working on some things in his 7th and 8th grade classes. We do offer coding at the high school, but once these students start moving up, we're going to be increasing our offerings at the high school level as well. So this is a full-fledged K-12 STEM initiative, but it's going to start at the elementary school. We're very excited about getting that rolling. The Unified Sports Program had their first meet yesterday against Pennsbury. And all the scores are in, and we won last night's event. It was, I know that some of you were able to go, and it was a wonderful event. The kids did a great job on both teams. Unified Sports is an offshoot of Special Olympics, and it pairs general ed students and students with special needs together, and they run and do different track events, and they all participate in them, and they're all scored. And then there are regional events. We're hosting the regional event here at Bristol Borough. I believe it's on May 11th. And then the winner of that regional event will move on to a state championship. It's a wonderful, wonderful program. And Mr. Cicoletti Jr. is the one who picked up the ball on that and is the coach for the team, and he's doing a wonderful event. So I'd like to thank him and all the teachers who helped make it successful yesterday, and we hope that people come out and support the kids on May 11th when they do their next event. I wanted to let parents know that Keystone and PSSA exams will be given this year. You'll be getting more information about those in the coming weeks. We do have parameters in place and extra space available for our students who are virtual to come in and take the tests as well. So I know that Ms. Rosado has been working hard getting that together with Mr. Love and getting all the arrangements together. So parents, you will be getting information about the Keystones and the PSSA exams. They are a requirement this year through the state. Kindergarten registration is going to be held starting on May 3rd and running through May 14th. So if any parents out there have little ones that are ready for kindergarten, please come and get a packet. You can get the information online as well, or you can stop by either the elementary school, you can stop by the elementary school or the admin building on Farragut, and we can get that information to you. You'll bring the packets back to the admin building on Farragut Avenue, or you can drop them off here at the elementary school as well. And graduation and Enviro events, I just wanted to let parents know that we're planning on having all of the events that we've had in the past. We have a prom scheduled for May 14th. Everything's going to be modified, of course. We're going to have the prom here at the elementary school, and it's just going to be students who are juniors and seniors and not any guests. So we're going to be following all the safety protocols, but we want to make sure that we have some events for the kids this year. They've missed out on so much, and we want to be able to give them those opportunities. So we will be having the prom, graduation. We're planning on having it outside within the parameters that we're allowed, honors nights and move-up days, all of those things, field days. We're looking at scheduling all of them. We're working with the administration and the teachers to make sure that we can do it, but we can do it safely within the protocols that we have in place. So I just wanted to let parents and the public know that we'll be having those events this year. And that's what I have this evening, Mr. Ciccoletti. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Minetti. I have two things here. The first one is I want to thank Dr. Minetti, all the administration for putting together a plan to come back to school. It worked. It was a lot of hard work to keep everyone safe. They did a great job. I know I was pretty aggressive with Dr. Minetti a couple times. I guess I wouldn't, if she hung up on me, I wouldn't blame her. But she worked very hard, and she's always available no matter when you call her. And she'll tell you that sometimes I call on Sundays. And she always answers, and Kelly, and like I said, all of the administration for putting together and allowing everyone to come back in the building to be safe. So that was a lot of hard work, but it got us to the point where we are. So once again, we all appreciate that, Dr. Minetti, Kelly, George, Bobby, all the administration, and a special thanks to the cleaning crew who's going above and beyond, having to spray and wipe down every classroom. And of course, our cafeteria staff, which has never missed a day of delivering food through the window. So, very thankful for such a good staff. Okay, the second thing I have here is about a year and a half ago, we decided that we need to hire a principal at the high school. So last July, we advertised that position, and I believe we had about a dozen applicants, Dr. Minetti, and we narrowed, Dr. Minetti narrowed that down to about 5. And in July, we had a meeting, and there was about, I guess about 14 of us that did the interviewing, some teachers, administration. I believe there was 4 board members in the room, and we narrowed it down to 2 individuals. And one of those we were ready to hire. We could not have hired, with the COVID going on, we weren't here. So we decided we were going to move forward with that. With that being said, we told, bless you. We said that we would bring in the 2 individuals, and the board would pick from them. Well, one of the individuals dropped out, and it just left one individual, and it happened to be Mr. Nick Nastasi. Mr. Nastasi is a longtime Bristolian. He teaches for the IU. I know he's been doing that for many years. I don't know for how many. He was born and raised in Bristol, attended our schools. His mother is here, Ann, his mother-in-law, Kathy, and his wife, Kristen, tonight. So Mr. Nastasi will be starting with us next Monday, I believe, correct?
Correct.
That date is the 26th. So we want to welcome him aboard. He's well qualified, and we know he's going to do a good job because his heart is here in Bristol. And so if you'd like to come up and, excuse me, and say a few words, that'll be nice. Welcome.
Thank you. I would like to thank my family for their support during this process. It was a long process. Started a year and a half ago. I would like to thank all the school board members who have shown me their support by either vote, or phone calls, or conversation through the entire process. I especially want to thank Mr. Cohen for putting my name on the agenda that Thursday night, and for Mr. Polyafco giving me a second. I appreciate that support from you guys. I'm happy to join an outstanding administration team that they have here already established. I've had numerous conversations with Mrs. Simo about some of the ins and outs of her jobs and what she does so far. I've had visits with Mr. Gatto through the building. He actually gave me some keys already, showed me a few ins and outs. Mrs. Rosado has been very transparent with sending me emails, inviting me to meetings for about the last month or so since I've been hired. I've been actively involved in a couple things so far in the last few weeks, just trying to get prepared for Monday the best I can. I want to thank Dr. Manini for several conversations and meetings we've had so far. But I'm just excited to be a part of this team here, and I can't wait to take ownership of that building, that staff, and those kids. So, thank you.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nastasi, and once again, welcome aboard. Okay, so public participation. Does anyone from the public have any issues that they would like to discuss tonight? Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Nastasi, go back to the podium.
So I start on Monday, but I just want to give a shout out to everybody who helped out with the track event yesterday. I was there to observe, and Mr. Ciccoletti, Mr. McGinn, there's a whole list of people who do their really awesome job, but just to see those athletes participate and do their throwing, their jumping, their running, it was just great to see. But the also great part to see was how they were socializing with each other, and you see the smiles, on the parents' face. So I know there's a big meet coming up in May. I'm just hoping that the community comes together and supports that even more, because it was an awesome event. It really was. It really was. So I want to give kudos to everybody involved. That was an awesome time. So,
Thank you once again, Mr. Nastasi. Anyone else from the public? Please state your name, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Dory Morgan. Take that off so you can hear me. There was a little confusion tonight with some of the parents about whether or not this would still be available via Zoom for single-parent households, working families. It can be tough to get here and show that we're involved and present, and Zoom is a great way for us to participate real-time, even when our family demands or career demands prevent that full involvement that we want to have. So if there's any steps we can take, I know quite a few families would appreciate the ability to watch real-time instead of later on YouTube.
Okay, we'll take that under consideration.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Steve, is that something we can do? Is it?
We can talk about that. We'll have to talk with Paul and see what that would take, but if that's a request, we could grant that. Let's see what's involved with it. We'll see what's involved with that as far as, going live, or maybe a 5-minute delay or something like that. But we have space available for, people that would want to come in person. Once again, if they wanted to come in person, they can, but even if we were broadcasting, if they could not, make the meeting or could not attend at home, they still could see it, on YouTube. But we'll work to get that, see what that entails. So thank you. Okay, anyone else from the public? Okay, let's go down to routine monthly business.
Okay, Mr. Ticoletti, I would make that motion to approve the minutes of March 18th, 2021. Item B, approve the list of bills for April 2021, and approve the treasurer's report for March 2021.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Cullen. Any questions? Okay, Chris, roll call vote.
You want a roll call, or you just want to
All
do it?
right, we could do that when, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any noes? Abstentions? Okay, the motion carries. Under new business, item A.
President, I make the motion to appointment of Michael Weber as district auditor to conduct the audit for the 2021-2022 fiscal year at an approximate fee of $35,000.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Cullen? Any questions?
Just a quick comment, it should be 2020, 2021 school year.
2020
This school year, yes.
and 2021. Okay,
Okay.
thank you, Mr. McHugh. Is this a roll call?
No.
No? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item B.
Item B, Mr. President, I would like to make a motion to approve the appointment of Hill Wallach LLP as district solicitor for the 2021-2022 school year.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions?
Yeah, I do. What is the date right on that one?
Yeah, the audit was for the previous year.
Is it?
Right, the
This
audit.
is for the upcoming year.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Item C.
Mr. President, I would make a motion that we approve the service of Berkheimer Tax Administrator to continue collecting the occupational privilege tax.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Cullen? Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item D.
Mr. President, I would like to make a motion to approve the following depositories for the 2021-2022 school year: PA Liquid Asset Fund, William Penn Bank, and Penn Community Bank.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Cullen? Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item E.
Mr. President, I would make a motion that we approve the appointment of the following medical personnel for the 2021-2022 school year: Paul Raven, DDS, school dentist, $525. M. James Daniels, dentist, school dentist, $300. John Pickard, DO, school physician, to perform athletic examinations at a cost of $10 each.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Okay. 7, personnel, item A.
Item A, Mr. President, I would motion that we approve the permission of summer days for Dr. Damon Smith not to exceed 10 days.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Cullen? Questions?
Yeah. What's the necessary reason for this, that he has to work summer days? Isn't he a full-time worker already?
Dr. Minetti, would you?
He's only a 10-month employee, so he doesn't have days over the summer. These days allow him to come in, and when we have students who register over the summer, to get the paperwork started and get the evaluations done. So that way the students' IEPs are ready to go in September.
Oh, okay.
He does some testing too, I believe,
Yes.
correct?
Is he alone in that position there? Does he have an assistant in any type of way that could, because I know,
There are people who do different types of evaluations that we have who work with him, but he's the one who kind of organizes all of that.
and he would be the one that would test individual children here?
Yes.
Him alone?
We have another school psychologist.
That's capable and qualified?
Yes.
All right. I mean, there seems to be kind of a wait and a long period of time before people are getting the info that they need from those tests and when those tests are going to take place.
Well, there is a time clock that has to be followed.
Right.
From when a parent first requests to when the testing is done to when that evaluation goes back to the parents. So as long as they're within that time frame, yeah.
Then we
It's
are
a very
covered also,
solid,
right?
it's like a very strict timeline.
And we are covered also that way?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item B,
Mr. President, I would make the motion to approve permission to advertise for all 2021, 2022 supplemental positions as per the master agreement, and those positions are attached to the packet.
okay, thank you, Mr. D'Angelo. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Cullen? Any questions?
We have are we going to talk about that one issue there that we're changing the,
That'll be in the posting. We'll put
Okay.
that one in the job posting.
okay.
Any other question?
Nope.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item C,
Mr. President, I would motion to approve to appoint the following cafeteria staff, non-certified rate, $10.53 per hour, certified rate, $14.80 per hour, no benefits, as per negotiated agreement, effective with the 2020-2021 school year, pending clearances, and those staff members would be Jackie Bradley and Sage Brown.
thank you, Mr. D'Angelo. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Polyafco. Any questions?
Yeah, what's the difference between non-certified and certified, and how do they get certified?
Chris?
So you go through training with the cafeteria director, and they come out and certify you, and then you're certified. I mean, basically, that's what it is. Like, you come in and you start as a non-certified employee, we give you every opportunity to become certified, and then you move up to that higher rate once
okay.
once you're approved.
Thank you.
Yep,
I think it's mostly safety and the preparation
Yeah.
of food, correct, Chris?
correct.
All righty. Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item D,
Item D, Mr. President, I would motion that we approve permission to advertise for an ESY extended school year teachers, district assistants, and a nurse. Rate of pay is per the master agreement. Deadline for letters of interest due no later than Friday, May 14th, 2021.
do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Cullen? Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item E,
Item E, Mr. President, I would approve permission for 2 weeks unpaid leave days for Susan Spadacino, district assistant.
questions? Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Cullen? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Item F,
Mr. President, I would motion that we approve permission to advertise for the following certified teachers' positions, salary and benefits as per the master agreement: special education and English secondary.
do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Cullen? Okay, Dr. Benetti, just a quick comment on this.
We have a teacher who is going on maternity leave and another teacher who has put in for a sabbatical.
Thank you, Dr. Benetti. All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Abstention? Motion carries. Item G,
Mr. President, I would motion that we accept the resignation of James Petrino, paraprofessional, effective immediately.
second.
Second.
Mr. Cullen? Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? I abstain.
Item H, Mr. President, this is the added to the agenda. I would motion that we advertise for a full-time custodian as per the custodial and maintenance agreement.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Probably after. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Motion carries. Information and discussion. Our next board meeting is scheduled for May the 6th, 2021. Bucks County Intermediate Representative, Mary Agnes DeChico. Mary Agnes is not with us tonight. Did she send you any messages, Dr. Minetti?
She did not.
Okay. So I'm sure she's excused. Okay, so I'm going to go around the horn here and see if there's any comments. Mr. Parola.
Just want to congratulate Nick on being hired as principal. I think it was a good hire. We got a good staff, so I think he's going to do real well. Congratulations, Nick.
Anything else, Mr. Parola?
There's pizza in the lunchroom.
That's nice to know. Mr. Poplawski.
Just want to congratulate Mr. Lally. He recorded his 600th win coaching victory for softball. That's it for me.
Yes, 600 wins, and how many years in the district? Mr. D'Angelo knows. How many years is Mr. Lally?
42, right?
42 years, wow. Mr. D'Angelo.
I just want to concur with Dr. Minetti and Mr. Nastasi about the United track meet, and we are going to be hosting on May 11th the district, I believe 4 schools, Pennsbury, Bristol, William Tennant, and maybe Mooresville, is it?
It's not Morrisville.
No? Well, in any
Can't
event,
remember. Oh, Central Bucks.
Central Bucks. So in any event, this is going to be the first of its kind, really, in an inaugural year. And so on that date, I would urge everyone to come. And I know Mr. Rosado and Mr. Nastasi are going to make that a keystone event for us. We're going to have the fields looking great. We're going to have our athletes participating. We're going to have plenty of volunteers. And we would encourage, and we really want to make it a good event for the parents, not only of our children, but of all the children countywide that are coming in, of all the parents countywide coming in to look at it. So I would hope that we've got plenty of time. Let's really hit a home run with that. And I would hope that the town as well would join in and for a really good event. I think once you see that event, you'll know that we're really doing great things here at Bristol High. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. D'Angelo. Mr. McHugh, you have anything?
Nothing.
Mr. Truelove, do you have anything?
I have a couple things. First, thank you for the reappointment. We really enjoyed working with the board and the staff, especially the administration. Our first year here has been a little unusual compared to most, but we're looking forward to settling in, hopefully, in circumstances like tonight. Also, I will do something that actually relates to my job here. We have an executive session tonight that started at 6 p.m., ended at 7. All board members were in attendance who are here tonight, along with Dr. Minetti, Mr. McHugh, and myself. Items related to personnel, information, and collective bargaining were discussed at the executive session. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Minetti, anything to close out?
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay. I forgot our principal, Cully Rosado. You have anything to say?
Nothing.
No?
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go over to Mr. Cullen.
Yes, I have a couple things. First, I want to send my condolences to the Wade family on the passing of Steve Wade last week, or this week. He was a great husband, great father, and a great friend. Steve was very active in our community, with Bristol Borough community, and we're really going to miss him. I mean, he was a fantastic guy. I know he was involved with our Bristol Borough recreation for a while, so and everybody knew Steve. He was a great guy, and we're really going to miss him. The other thing I would like to say also, I want to welcome Nick aboard. I think Nick will do a fine job. I've known Nick all his life. I mean, I know he'll work hard for our district, and I'm really proud that Nick is here with us.
Anything else, Mr. Cullen?
I'm good.
Mr.
Thank you.
Rosen?
Yeah, I'd like to congratulate Nick and wish him a long and successful career here. I hope he's here for a long time. Secondly, I'd like to congratulate Dr. Minetti and Kelly for a wonderful honors night ceremony we had at the high school at the beginning of the month. It was very nice. I enjoyed attending. And then I'd like to thank Jim Petrino for his service that he had while he was employed here in our district. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Rusin. I just have a question for you. You'll be updating us on the tech school budget, maybe on May the 6th. When will that be?
Yeah, I think they're forwarding it to Chris.
Chris?
and-
I think they're set to vote on it on April 29th, so it should be
Okay.
available for us on the 6th.
Yeah.
All right,
All
okay.
right.
Mr. Polyafco?
Yes, first of all, I'd like to congratulate Nick and wish him well. I'm sure he's going to do excellent. Yes, also, the Wade family, my condolences. Super guy, just so sorry to hear that news. It's just really heartbreaking. Also, Dr. Minetti, Mrs. Rosado, and all the rest of the staff, excellent job, putting all that together with the Olympic thing there, and that program was excellent. I watched from afar, but excellent job, and everything you guys do and put your minds to, you do an excellent job. Really appreciate it. I just have one other thing that I would like to maybe add to the agenda for next week or next month, or as a discussion item. I think it would be a decent thing to do, or is send a note out to the police chief and offer our gym facility to them, the police officers, to our workout facility, the gym area, the equipment, and work something out with them if they want to come and work out. Once things are getting a little bit better, maybe they'll want to come out and work out a couple hours a day or during the day sometime, or it's something we can talk about. You don't have to put it on the agenda, for now or whatever, but send out a letter to the chief, offer our building to them, our gymnasium. I mean, the gym equipment area.
You mean like the weight room?
The weight room?
The exercise equipment, yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's good.
Send that letter, excellent idea. You could send that letter out. We don't need to.
Well, I mean, if you
That's
want
fine. Go
to,
ahead.
there's some things you have to work out, though, hours and things like that.
Work out,
Yeah.
talk to the chief, and that's a great idea.
Yeah, well, that's-
Yeah, it doesn't have,
You're on the committee, aren't you? You
I'll reach out.
liaison to the.
Yes, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
she'll,
just send a letter out.
yeah, we'll do that. Great idea. Okay, I just have a few things here. First of all, I missed the parade for Mrs. Jesawaldi. It's a shame I live right down the street, but somehow I fell asleep, and I didn't get to see the parade, but I just wanted to congratulate her on her retirement. 46 years as a teacher here in Bristol Borough and 4 years as a teacher at St. Mark's School. So that's a total of 50 years as an educator. That's a long time. So we're going to miss Mrs. Jesawaldi, and we wish her well in her retirement, and we thank her for her 46 years of service here. I know this young lady walked in. Ma'am, do you have something that you would like to say? Okay, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I didn't know. Okay, I just wanted to give everybody an opportunity. Okay, and the last thing is just a comment here. I've been asked a few times what the situation is with the homes that are being built on North Ratcliffe Street. There is an advertisement that says, there is a tax rebate. The tax rebate is between the buyer and the seller. However they work that out, that is in the agreement. We still receive every dollar we're entitled to. So I just wanted to make that comment. And so is the borough. The borough taxes and the school district taxes do not change. It's an agreement between buyer and seller. So with that being said, and welcome Mr. Nasasi, do I have a motion for
Motion.
adjournment? Mr. Polyafco?
Second.
Second, Mr. D'Angelo. Meeting adjourned.